Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all-new Dominion League exhibition match. I am Juniper, and I am joined here today with Ceviri.
Hello, I'm ceviri.
Let me turn you up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Today's exhibition match is between TonyWild and Micha1980, and there doesn't seem to be too many stakes with this match. Um, Mika's below 500 in the rating so far. I believe the score is like 9 and 15. And TonyWild, this is going to be their second game. So their first game went 1 and 5. So it's looking like this is going to be more of a match as to who can probably control their destiny and not demoting, rather than who's winning a division this time around. But that is perfectly okay.
You know how these featured matches are actually like selected?
No. I'm going to assume they're random.
Uh
And they just kind of
huh.
pick a random division, and then from there they just kind of pick a random game that's going on in whatever division it is. I'm just guessing. I
I
have no
see.
idea.
I feel like it might make sense if they pick like specifically matches with important stakes, but I have no idea how that would work.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of stakes, I just hope we get some interesting games.
There's we usually do. The last match I commentated on had a lot of really interesting games on it. And it looks like they're just going to start right now, which is cool. So I have my coffee ready.
All cards I know. That's great. I've played very little Dominion since Plunder came out, so
Okay.
it's been a while. But
All right.
these cards I know.
Are you going to start playing again at some point?
It waxes and wanes. Yeah, I think I'm feeling a bit of interest again. I think.
Okay. Well, this looks like a board where there's a lot of seer drawing and stables drawing that's going to happen. Enables a
Mhm.
lot of silver gaining for the seers. Doesn't look like there's going to be
Yeah.
any realistic chance of uh, villages happening, because diplomat
Yeah.
activating doesn't seem very likely.
At the same time, you probably don't need much of a village because you're just drawing with the non-terminal fives.
Yeah.
Feels like it's going to be a bit of a slow game because like both your draw and the market is expensive and your payload is mostly trading or buying golds.
Yeah. I could see a mine. I don't know how good the mine would be, but
Oh, actually, I completely missed Charm. Charm looks really good here.
yes. I was about to say mine is a really nice way to
Hey,
get silvers into charm. Because I don't
I'm not
necessarily.
total. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not totally convinced that like trade is a great way to get silvers, but
Uh,
there's
trade
not a great way
is
to get much of anything here.
trade is really nice here, I think.
Okay,
So
I'll
double
be leaving.
steward's really interesting because in case of collision, you're actually pretty likely to get a save off, which
Mhm.
Mika has displayed.
Tony? Oh, Tony didn't open double steward. I think I definitely prefer the double steward here.
It's not clear to me. Um,
Hmm.
I don't necessarily want to over trash. Like, you're only
Yeah,
playing with one terminal a turn, so the second steward's
fair
going to
enough.
be
Fair
pretty
enough.
awkward.
Yep, uh, that that makes sense.
Yeah, so Mika's a lot thinner, but you kind of want more cards for Seer to draw, if that
Yeah,
makes any sense.
it sets up for trade as well. Yeah, I think I've come around to Stuart Silver.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
so
so okay, cool.
yep.
Go. Yeah.
So market, I don't know about market. I think I might have gone for the seer first.
Mhm.
I don't know about trashing there either. I really want to draw cards.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I I'm even a bit skeptical of getting market before charm. I feel like charm just like kind of fulfills the same purpose, but is just
I
better.
like market in that it allows me to draw a card like a copper off of the top of a seer top deck, but charm does look really good too, yeah. I think I would take a charm over a market. The players are playing very fast.
Yeah, I agree. I I'm I'm surprised at how quickly they're making these decisions.
Yeah, so Mika's
Okay,
very, very, very thin, and I
yep.
do like the charm plan with being very thin.
Mhm. Tony's got like 11 and a charm.
Yeah, you would probably just save the copper and buy two fives at this point.
Or yeah,
I guess you could
save a
save a
silver
silver, but
charm.
I feel like with the seer on top, you would rather save the copper. You're going to draw a lot of these
True.
silvers.
Right.
I would like to start seeing some seers from Micha.
Mhm.
Because this board's just kind of all about getting online really quickly.
Yep. Do you feel like there's like a difference in their deck state so far, I guess?
Tony has more. Oh, I hate this farmland. I really don't like that farmland. It feels way too early. I would want to build forever
Yeah,
here.
I agree.
Um,
Yeah.
Mika has two charm. No, Mika has one charm.
One
Never mind.
charm.
Okay, I thought they had
One
two.
charm, one stables. I
And
actually think Mika's way underdrawing now.
yes, yeah. I might have liked Mika's deck a little bit more if they had a seer or two.
Yeah. I think that turn Seer Charm or something like that look pretty nice.
Yeah,
I'm also surprised at the farmland gold there.
yeah. So like Mika did all of this trashing, and in the end, they weren't even necessarily like they didn't feel ahead to me versus TonyWild, who focused more on draw, and that's kind of the power of Seer on this board. The stables is nice too, of course. Like I wouldn't take too many stables, but they're nice for sifting.
Yeah. I imagine as you progress your deck, you end up with more fives relative to silvers. So
hmm
this year might be a bit worse than it was earlier, but it's probably still better than his stables.
Yeah, I'd want a lot of Seers. I think Tony Wild's playing it a little too safe with the Seer stables in silver. I might have taken a Seer and a Charm in silver, but like, yeah, you're overdrawing a little bit here, but it's fine too. It's really not that bad. Definitely a
He
massive lead.
yeah, I agree. Like he's so ahead that like maybe the idea is just to reduce variance, keep the lead.
Yeah. I'm assuming Tony wants to trade these coppers. I would I maybe would have just trashed them with the steward, but this might even be better. I do want to see more buy though, so more charms for sure. I probably would want um
The trade and
wait, I'm
market
confused.
charm.
I think we're gonna
The
see
charm.
I think we're gonna see an undo here because the charm was played for the. Wait, what?
Wait, how?
Huh? I'm very
Whoa, that.
confused.
Uh, huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, to be honest.
I think, I think Tony just missed that the charm fizzled.
Or maybe they didn't miss it. But I don't. I'm really confused.
Wait, how did the? Charms of me. I was wondering why. Weird.
Hmm.
So, Mika's got two provinces,
Yes. That's
but
Mika's plan at this point, I guess, is to just pile the provinces as fast as possible. But now Tony can just match.
I,
Like, I
I
would.
think Tony doesn't even need to match realistically, but this is playing it safe, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like Mika's only provincing one at a time, so I wouldn't be worried about that at all.
I'm not even sure I would have saved there. I would have rather have just bought a charm or a market and just
Mhm,
used a 5.
mhm.
Yeah,
This is
I didn't love either
technic.
build order, but Tony Wild's build order I liked a lot more.
So Mika gets a double prov here, which
Very interesting.
is
Tony Wild just wins here, right?
yes,
Like easily. It's just double province duchy.
and the duchy.
It's
Yeah.
15 plus 12, which is 27, yeah.
Or
Wait,
if
what?
you want to be, yeah, it works. Yep. Okay, that's a pretty simple win.
Yeah. Mika there really should have um spent a little more time thinking about what Tony's deck was capable of, especially with the last turn. They drew deck. So,
At the same time, maybe Mika thinks if Tony like that double province is probably the best turn he's gonna get for the rest of the game, and he probably loses a long game, so he wants to gamble that Tony's deck chokes or something, and maybe Mika gets some chances.
maybe. That's certainly possible. I think that board was a testament to that trashing as much as possible sometimes isn't always the best play.
Mhm.
Um, this board's also interesting. We're gonna see a lot of loot. We're gonna see
Mhm.
a lot of loot. We're gonna see pathfinding on probably Wealthy Village and King's Courts, and I wonder what's going to happen
Uh,
this game.
wh- uh, What do you think about pathfinding on King's Court?
Um,
It's a bit spicy.
it's good if you can line up the double King's Court. If you can't, then it's kind of sad.
You have barges to help you set up. It
Yeah,
doesn't seem impossible.
but also like there's counter like okay, first off, I don't know why we didn't open counterfeit. Um,
Oh wow.
counterfeit
Yeah,
is
I'm
better than
surprised.
spices, yeah. But
Yeah, I
besides that, I think there's a point where you're drawing so many cards already that King's Court drawing cards doesn't seem that important to me. Like maybe it's good if you can it might all right, I'm
it's
it hmm.
okay.
There could
I
be
was
some loop stuff you could do maybe.
I actually I
Because you can play KC Butcher, and then whatever you butcher 3 times, you draw once again with the KC. So there is some loop
yeah.
stuff you can do.
Yeah, I think I think pathfinding on Casey with Butcher is just a loop. Oh no, you're losing cards out of your deck. You need some way to gain cards.
Yes.
Maybe it's like Butcher into Butcher Wealthy Village King's Court and you loop off that. But that only gains you one thing.
I mean,
I think,
you can always just
yeah.
get another draw card, like Barge or something.
Right, but to loop you need to gain the KC, so I'm thinking if you have pathfinding on KC, it just makes it a lot easier. You just need to find a way to pick up enough cards.
Yeah. We've seen one loot already. We're seeing Butcher.
Oh, I think the loop is like KC Groom Butcher or something. That's the 3 cards you gain. I know you KC Groom to just get a bunch of stuff.
Like what?
Stuff to Butcher into KC Groom and Butcher. I haven't thought it out fully, but I'm convinced there's a loop in here somewhere.
Yeah, there is. There's almost certainly some kind of loop here. At least it's going to be a loop that isn't infinite, but it will it will dwindle a
Well,
lot
the 3
slower
house.
than the game ends. Yeah.
Hmm. So looking at the 2 players decks, I don't think we're getting to the loop.
No, I would have liked to
Mm,
have seen some barges for sure.
agree.
Second
I
counterfeit
think
maybe.
I think they're slightly tunnel onto just like getting as many loots as possible without getting their decks in control first.
I mean, I'm a big fan of loot, but I, yeah, not that big of a fan of loot. I'm assuming we're gonna see some King's Courts. Like right here, I would probably just get a King's Court.
Oh nope,
Oh,
another loot.
spell scroll is so good here.
Yeah. And the first barge appears on turn 9.
Yeah,
Very surprised.
it could have been a bit faster for sure. We're gonna
Butcher
see.
Spices here looks nice.
It does.
Butcher Spices into a barge and then counterfeit for another
I'm not
barge or
even
something.
sure it's I'm not even sure it's KC. I might just want a second barge here and then counterfeit the copper and take another counterfeit. Like I just want to get really thin.
Right, I agree. Yeah. Oh, this is strange, I
This is
think.
a very strange line.
Um, I think it's not the best, but it's not terrible, I suppose.
I mean, if you have two I didn't know they had two butchers. So I guess if you have two butchers, yeah, this might be better. I don't know.
Butcher Spices definitely felt like the natural move there.
Yeah, it was butcher spices.
Hmm. I'm surprised Mika did. Okay, I see. I was about to say I'm surprised Mika didn't even consider pathfinding there on 8
Yeah.
with 2 wealthy villages, but looks like that's what they ended up doing. So neither player really has that control here.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if either player ever gets deck control. Because certainly once you get deck control with enough kings, courts, and butchers in play, sorry, in your hand, you're just gonna end the game.
I think Mika's getting close actually with the pathfinding wealthy villages. And Mika also has, is it 1 or 2 king's courts?
I'm not so sure Mick is getting close because this groom is doing nothing. You're either gaining coin of the realms with it, or
Or are there grooms? Yeah.
or it's just a way of the mule, which in which case it's just a copper. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's worse than copper actually because it doesn't help you get wealthy village.
Hmm.
It's also better than copper because you can king's court it, but
Yep.
whatever. All right. TonyWild is going to pop off here.
Yep.
And I just want to draw everything here.
Yep. Good. Okay, wow. Okay, TonyWild is popping off.
I would butcher the spices into a counterfeit so I can orb the counterfeit. That's,
Ooh.
I mean, I just want to prioritize trashing that much. It would be very strong. And then you can buy like KC and another wealthy village or something if you want. I would rather get another barge. I guess you can orb the barge for next turn. Does the orb stay out?
That seems good. I don't think so.
I think we're about done with the wealthy villages.
Casey here?
Yeah, it's Casey. I would not take another coin of the realm. It's just making your deck worse at this point. Good call. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, this groom is so useless. I think you only
Pathfinding's...
get groom for a loop.
Yeah. Pathfinding... Yeah, I'm not even, like... Pathfinding does seem kind of slow once you already kind of kick off. But if you just randomly hit 8, it's pretty nice.
I feel like for pathfinding to work, you would have to have built your deck in a way that was not optimal, which is kind of what Mika's deck is.
Yeah. Tony definitely seems ahead at this point, like by a
For
lot.
sure.
Like Mika's turn here is terrible. There's no coin, there's nothing.
Mhm.
We may even start to actually see a 3 pile from Tony at some point here. Oh, actually no, this is fine, right? You can KC the barge and still play it as Way of the Mule one of the times. It's
Oh,
sad, but
true.
you do still get to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is over though. Why are we playing the copper over trashing them with goat? We're playing too fast.
Yeah, just double wealthy village looks fine.
I'm not even convinced double wealthy village is the play. I want to win the
Uh,
game. But you know, whatever. All right, so
yeah. I mean, go ahead.
it looks like Mika missed the Way of the Mule play. They played
I'm
barge for next
convinced.
turn. Yeah.
I'm convinced there's some groom autopile here.
At this point, probably. Um, at this point, you can
Uh,
butcher anything into groom, probably groom 2 things. You could, and then take another
or
groom.
like maybe Casey Butcher 3 loots into like Casey Butcher draw them and then do crazy stuff.
You can probably end the game off of like wealthy villages, barge, and estate at this point.
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
Sure. Yeah. I missed the state, but that looks by far the easiest.
I don't know if it is
Uh,
possible, but
it should be super possible because you're picking up a lot of like money off the wealthy villages and oh you're not because they're not procking. But you have the buys are definitely there.
we're killing copper and burning 5 coffers over just killing spices and keeping the coffers, which is not right.
It still should be here though. Like get the wealthy village.
Yeah,
This is
is
easily
easily
16.
winning, yeah.
Yeah.
Like even with the killing the copper into like that just loses money.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with how they're going for this, they just see the estate pile out.
Mhm.
They're even killing
Or
shield.
really, or coin of the oh no, coin of the realm and one province also works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Sure.
I called it. I called it.
Yeah. Um. Oh, I've been needing to update the
The
score.
score.
Yeah. Who won the
Yeah,
first
this
game?
match is moving fast. I think it was wait, who was it? It was Mika, I think.
Yeah. You check. I completely forgot.
I'm gonna check. It was the player on top, I remember. But
That doesn't really help.
yeah.
I think it switches unless you explicitly select a certain player.
Is it always P1 on the bottom? I remember. Oh, it was Tony who won.
Okay.
So, yeah.
2 wins from Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Ah, Ferryman.
What is the ferryman? It is Secret
Secret
Cave.
Cave.
Oh, I should have known without even looking at ferryman because there's no secret cave. Okay. This board's looking to be pretty fast too. I'm kind of bad with boards like this.
Where you don't like build a traditional engine, and
I mean, I'm really good at getting to I'm really good at popping lamp, but I never know what to do after I have the wishes. Everything always feels
yeah.
wrong.
Mm-hmm. I
'Cause
think you just need to be more optimistic. You've had your wishes and everything feels right.
maybe,
Whoa,
but
gold.
I always feel like the person who gets the wishes after me just outmaneuvers me and gets like squeaks out one extra duchy from a wish and just wins. Like that always happens a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Silver to nomads, and then oh,
Whoa,
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 whoa, whoa. Okay,
whoa!
that was not.
That was very spicy. I mean, I hate Magic Lamp. I'm all for killing it, but um, I don't know if you want to skip out on getting 3 wishes.
Yeah.
That could be very crazy.
Is Mika just playing Silo's remake
Snakas.
Big Money?
Snakas said that neither player managed to pop the lamp the whole game. That has happened to me before.
I can't imagine boards where it's just not realistic. It has to be a really miserable board. But
Yeah, I've had boards though where that's happened, where no one's popped because you just got unlucky, and then you just kind of have to keep building, and then
yeah.
yeah, that it's pretty rare, but it has happened before. I'm not sure I would have taken a gold over pirate. If you're going for this like really fast money thing, I think you would want a
Yeah,
pirate.
I agree.
I don't think gold's
And if
bad, but I just feel like pirate scales a little better.
is Mika just thinking get like 2 legionaries here and gold, yeah, and then
Yeah.
gold's better for the legionary. But even then, not really.
It was a skill issue for sure. Maybe. I mean, I'd have to see the actual board situation.
I'm surprised at picking up a ferryman here. I feel like forum is just strictly better, almost. Only positive is that you maybe pot your lamp better with the cave.
Yeah, I would take Forum. Okay, so and even with Cage sitting outside constantly, does it? It's in the play area. There's like no excuse to not pump lamp here. Like,
Yeah.
do we not pop lamp
I
again? Wow.
I will say if Tony keeps like just flailing around trying to pop lamp for like 2 more shuffles, I think he might be in trouble.
Yes,
Like,
he will very much be in trouble. And
but surely you pop lamp off this hand. I will be very stunned if Tony doesn't pop lamp here.
yeah,
Also very lucky that the legionary didn't hit with 3 golds or 2 golds.
I'm not sure.
I think it's 3. I don't think Tony has a gold.
You can. I don't know why we're playing Forum first. I would have played Ferryman first to toss the 1 card, and then you can just
And
courier the Forum.
courier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. This is easily popping.
Ooh.
I mean, that was
That's a
pretty
bit of a.
nice. Yeah.
I mean, the shuffle is a bit sad, but I guess it doesn't matter realistically.
Do you
Okay.
prefer gold scepter to gold at this point, like as a buy there? Like,
No.
I
No
mean,
way, right?
as Tony
I.
Wild. I mean,
What's the scepter doing?
you
Maybe I'm
can
missing it.
play it as a courtier. You can play it as a ferryman or a forum or something. You can play it as a pirate. Like wait, maybe you can't. No, you can. There's some things you can do with
Right.
Scepter where it's like it's not much worse than gold. You're probably overshooting 8 a lot. I feel like 1 Scepter is okay.
I mean, overshooting 8 is fine. I assume your terminal is it's probably legionary over nomads.
Probably. So like this is like one of those game states where I get spooked where these wishes just you just hold on to them for a really long time and then at the end game you either use it to get that extra province or use them to get duchy and then you just pull way ahead and just those wish mind games always throw me off. And TonyWild correctly is not using their wishes. Very good patience from Tony.
Ooh,
You
this
love
hand's
to
gonna
see
get
it.
bricked
Yeah, we're getting
down.
attacked here. Used one wish? Yeah, using one wish is fine. Just not using all of the wishes at once. The temptation's
Oh,
always there. Oh yeah, we're gonna
I
see
think
it
Tony's
now.
using all the wishes here.
Yeah, I would have tossed at least one of the wishes. Like keeping a wish in reserve is always pretty nice if you can afford to. It,
Hmm.
not necessarily just to do it, but just to have flexibility. Like, there's no reason. Oh,
Interesting.
that really worked out. That could have not worked out. I think you could have turned a wish into a scepter there too, because you could just play legionary again terminally.
Yeah, yeah. But I think long term, the forum's probably slightly better.
The forum is pretty good.
Scepter has a decent chance of bricking, I think.
Yeah, already
I think Tony is just like
ahead now.
so
Yeah.
ahead. Also, has Mika's legionary hit at all? I don't think it
Yes, it
has. Oh, it
has.
hit once.
It hit.
Right, right.
It
The
hit the
last
prior
turn.
turn. Yeah.
I think it's like 1 out of 3, right? Oh, okay. Oh, Silos. Silos saved the day here.
Silos did save the day. I also think you could easily make a case. Like, you could build bigger
Wait,
than province here. There's academy with the nomads. Like, I
yeah.
like I know we just kind of skipped over that. I didn't really talk about that, but like
But
that's definitely a thing.
the draws like Prince on Courier or
No, you're not doing that. But
yeah.
I want the ability to play legionary. Like it's less about double province and it's a lot more about province plus. It's just having the flexibility to buy province and estate and squeak out a win. Or like remake stuff.
Are you not worried that you're just way too slow? Like you probably spend like 5, 6 turns setting that up for not much.
Um
Because
Snockus, you might want
Legionary
to
just
mute yourself.
hit.
Sorry. I don't necessarily think it's too slow. I don't know. It's one of those things where I think it's too slow, I go for it, and then they just do it, and then they win. So I wouldn't count it out.
Yeah, I feel like that intuition, like whether things are slow or fast, is one of the harder things to get right.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, like
forum
right
duchy.
here, like Nomads lets you double duchy, which is really, really good. It's pretty easy to hit 10. It's just kind of bad not to play with Nomads in Academy, but
Yeah.
that's fine. We're not at that point anymore. Prince on Nomads seems a bit slow. I mean, if you could get it, sure, but um, I would almost
Oh,
prefer Prince on.
whoa, that was a pretty wild discard from
Wow.
Mika, but I guess it didn't matter.
So we have a tie.
A tie. That's rare.
Both
Have you got
players.
into two have you got into 2 ties in a row streak?
No, I didn't. I didn't know there was a tie streak.
I think Dombot has like the streak command. I saw someone with a 3 tie streak. That was crazy.
You have to be like deliberately going for a tie at that point. It's so hard to get a tie. Like you have to be deliberately going for a tie instead of a win. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. It seems a little sketchy to me.
I feel like if we had achievements, that would be an achievement.
Yeah,
Okay, what's this one?
in that case there would be a massive inflation of 3 ties. Oh, this sport's crazy. The sport's really crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's ties in any setting, a tournament setting would be the more likely avenue to see ties for like tiebreak scenarios and stuff. Like if it's like game 4 and a tie just wins, you just take the tie. It's basically a win if you already have a lead.
Oh my
Which
god,
I've
you're playing so quickly.
Yeah, they're playing so
Still looking at
quickly.
the board.
Yeah. I like Magpie Open. Magpie Open's great. Vanishing 2 estates, yeah, it looks good. Okay, but yeah, all right,
I would.
let's be real here. This board is Bridge Troll. Um Bridge Troll, pathfinding on
I think I'm.
Magpie,
Yeah.
Village. There's gonna be some develop stuff you can do to like min max, but we'll see how that goes. If you could
How how confident are you on Magpie Open? Because like I would still be looking at the 4 treasures at least.
like the rope.
Like ro- uh, more Spice Merchant, I think, because develop handles villages.
I like Magpie.
Hmm.
I think Magpie's a nice aggressive opening. You can even develop a magpie into a troll and like a village or something.
Village.
Like there's nice lines you can do. Like I just don't know what you do if you have. What do you do if your opponent has 6 magpies and just puts pathfinding on magpie? Like you just resign. It's over.
You hope you have like 3 rich trolls and you can buy 7 villages and pathfind those, I guess.
Yeah, the sports should pile up relatively quickly.
Yeah, I suppose I was overvaluing trashing because the draw is
Yes.
just so strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the old Dominion brain in me.
That's okay. That's okay. A lot of it's a lot of players do that. It's a good mistake to make because when you
Yeah.
do make that mistake, you can check yourself after the fact and go like, all right, in this particular case, it was too far. It is much better to over trash than under trash. But like Wharf and Seer are great examples of just not trashing as aggressively. Like for example, a lot of the time I'll see people continue to trash estates, but sometimes I'll trash coppers if I know a 5's coming up or I already have a Seer, just because it cycles faster. Seems like the players are gonna have a tough time hitting 8. I don't know about that. I wouldn't bet money on that. There's already 5 magpies gone.
Wait, are you talking about the players hitting $8?
Do they
I
need to
think
hit
that's what
8? No, but
I don't think so.
it
Yeah.
makes life easier if you do.
Oh, Tony almost hit 8. It's just a
Yeah.
-1 coin token. So sad.
Like Tony seems
Uh,
pretty ahead to me.
I think you need to count buys here. Like very easy to just.
Yes. I would already think about just banishing these coppers here.
I
Which
think
is
that's what he's thinking about,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Do we know the troll split?
The troll split, I believe TonyWild is winning it. I don't know by how much they're playing so fast, but they are winning it.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, we're getting in really dangerous territory. So like no more pathfinding at this point. I would be scoring like crazy right now. I would be buying Duchy right now. Like this is auto Duchy. Duchy and oh, this is very very risky because all it takes, I mean, it might not even matter honestly. Like Like if I'm being honest, like what Micha did lowering the piles was also really risky too, because like if Tony draws their whole deck here and hits the magpies, that's probably just a win.
Oh, true. True.
Oh my gosh, we're
Hitting the
buying.
magpie.
Oh my goodness, the balls to buy that magpie.
2 estates. Okay.
That's some
He's
like.
got the VP lead.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna make a that's not gonna make a lick of difference with the right draws.
Well, these
Like
weren't the right draws.
you hit a couple like magpies, and yeah, that's not gonna do it.
I think Mika. Oh man, even 3 estate, like some number of estates, I think, but three might not be the right number.
3 might be fine.
I think there's some universe where 2 is better than 3. I actually think.
And Tony Wild just like gambling like a Darby brother. Like that was like crazy. That was so scary.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Whoa! Oh, the 3 estates.
Yeah,
Okay,
3
so
estates is alright. Oh
but if the
man.
magpies hit, like triple estate province wins. That's why I preferred 4. I think.
And this is just it, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. It actually happened, but he's got an extra.
You can even get a duchy.
Yeah, he can get a duchy, so it didn't make a difference. But I think
Yeah.
like this was the line where why I was preferring 2 estates to 3.
Yeah, there was
Is Tony just winning every game
no,
besides the
because the tie.
draw last game? Yeah.
This has been a really fast match. We started at 2:30 and we're already on like what, game
Yeah.
5? Slow
I think the
down.
last time I commentated, it was like an A game, and then it was like 4 hours.
A games are either like 4 hours or 30 minutes, and there's like no in between.
I still remember watching that one finals a long time back. It was like the
With Dan
Mercury
Brooks.
versus.
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah,
Dan
was
Brooks
it
versus
Dan or
Mercury.
Mick?
It
Oh
was
yeah,
it
yeah.
was it was Dan Brooks. Dan Brooks took like a
Okay,
full 30 minutes thinking about buying a singular jack.
you're right. Yeah, that game was crazy.
It was a
Okay.
masterclass in making your opponent want to quit.
Yeah, I agree.
um
We have Old Witch Villa. Those are the 2 piles that catch my eye.
Whoa, we're gaining zombie spy? Okay. I mean, making your opponent's
It's
Necromancer a little
Necro.
bit worse is kind of funny.
But the
I
Necro
wouldn't
just
even thought about that.
no. Wait, the Necro should have just zombie apprenticed the horse there, right? Then you just get horses,
Yeah, you can get the horse back, yeah.
or or like your Necro becomes lap, and you're the only one with Necro so far. It
Yeah,
feels wrong to just play the horse.
it is probably wrong to just play the horse, but Tony does have the lurker to just take the horse too.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of scares you a little bit. Um I don't know I look away for 2 seconds and the decks are like completely different. Like I didn't know this was a
Yeah,
blitz tournament. Like this is
and, and,
Dominion Bullet. I don't know like what's going on.
these decks look very different from what I would imagine the decks to be. Wait,
Just the
that's the
zombie
wrong card.
spy. Wait, what? You buys the old map? That seems okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no, I thought Camel was Mule. I was like, you have 5 and you bought Old Map over Old Witch, but
Okay,
I
yeah.
cannot tell my ways apart.
That's fair.
Okay, surely this is an Old Witch.
Yeah, you buy old witch hair. Surely.
Okay.
It's so funny to see Zombie Spy in the deck. It's so funny. I can't get over Zombie Spy in the deck. TonyWild also gets the old witch here. There is a universe where someone gets a voyage and blocks it with the yeah, like this is oh my god.
Oh wow, that's
I
tragic.
mean, you do just get 2 old witches. Well, no you don't, cuz Tony will just steal it with the lurker.
Yeah. Oh my god, Lurker is a hard counter to Necromancer.
I mean, I
covering.
wouldn't just be recklessly playing Mason. I'd at least think about it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's very dangerous to do that. Like, that
Third
probably
witch.
single-handedly switched the game to TonyWild's favor because there's just Villa.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the witches are 3-2, and Mika just missed a play of it. So
Yeah.
sad.
It's very, very bad. And, well, not necessarily bad, just really
Oh, Tony
unfortunate.
misses 4 here, so
Yeah.
that's nice for Mika.
Wait, Zombie Spy doesn't cost 0? It costs 3? Oh
The more
man.
you,
If Donald
the
made
things you learn.
Zombie Spy today, it would have cost 0. I don't know. No, it probably wouldn't have. I have no idea. The costs are arbitrary. It's just whatever he feels like in the moment. Um this board is so funny. I feel like it's gonna
Mika's
end in a 3 pile again. Like,
like Curse supplies Villa? No, no is Villa, right? It can't be Old Witch either. I don't see the third pile. Also, if it's gonna end in 3 piles, then Mountain Pass becomes really weird.
yes, it does. Okay, we're gonna buy a villa.
Now with Old Witches at 3, it seems a bit more realistic to pile them, but still a bit hard. Oh, here comes a Mason.
Yeah, we're doing that a little fast, but people tend to forget about Mountain Pass when they buy Province.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that I don't know about this one. It's 10 debt? Hmm. It's
Hmm.
yeah, I would easily take 11. I would be very happy to
Yeah.
take 11 debt.
I think Tony doesn't want the debt though, because he doesn't have villas, or maybe only has one, and
Yeah.
he's got a lot of terminals.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
kind of you
any
kind of
four
have to
cards
you
says the
kind of
same
have
thing.
to ignore that though. Like 11 debt.
Use
Yeah, like, oh, you know what? That was actually kind of like a secret like Giga Brain Mountain Pass cuz it if they take the debt, it makes them unable to buy Villa. But it's kind
But
of
Lurker
double-edged
is a
though.
villa gainer. Lurker is
Oh
well, it's
man,
not.
like they're playing so fast, I'm missing all the Giga Brain stuff they're doing.
Wait, no, no, no. I'm trolling. Lurker is in trail. I'm 2 out of it.
Well, if Tony Wild
Uh,
had a Necromancer and apprenticed the Villa, you can still replicate Villa
hmm.
gaining. You can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But now surely Tony isn't winning this game.
I mean, with 5 curses just here, it looks pretty bad, yeah.
It'll just take too many turns to catch
But
up
on
with
the other
DK, I think.
hand, Mika now can't buy any villas. And this is the downside to buying province. It's really, really weird.
Okay, half the deck is clear. Half the debt is cleared.
Yeah, that's not enough. Okay.
So as Mika, what pile out are you looking at?
I'm not looking at any pile out. I just want to buy
You just
province.
want. Okay.
I mean, sure, if I hit 15, cool, but if I'm not even going to push the piles. I would just buy Duchy here. Probably. I guess you could be really aggressive and buy Old Witch here, but usually pushing piles like that, unless you're absolutely sure you can win next turn, it usually is just like a recipe for like finding a way to lose. Like, let's say Tony Wild kicks off like crazy here and you brick, and now you
Like
wish you had
e-
the 3 points.
even a kickoff like crazy isn't a double province, right? No way that deck's making a double province.
I mean, Tony Wild just added 3 golds to his deck. There are freak draws that can happen. And also it's more likely that villas pile out than the old witch as well, because you're just naturally
Yeah.
buying those, which is why I really want the points.
But surely Mika can buy 2 villas here.
At this point,
Like,
sure.
19 points is a lot of points.
Yeah. At this point, I would
Gold.
gold's okay. I mean, I would rather
Okay,
have
yeah,
points, but
I'm too pile brained right now, but like surely
buying
Mika
gold
can draw 7 here.
gold does open potentiality. It's like the decks are pretty big. You may never see that gold before the game ends.
Yeah.
So I don't endorse the gold at all, but it was not the worst gold ever either, I don't think. This looks like another province. I mean, the high level play here is probably just buy 2 villas and take an estate. But
I mean, if you're buying 2 villas there, you would have bought 2 villas the turn before, and Mika would have won by now.
yes, correct.
I think if you were truly playing high level, the turn before you just crack your deck, you realize you probably have a good chance of hitting 7 on the turn that just happened, and you go for the pilot because Tony can't make so many points in 2 turns or in 1 turn.
Yeah, that's correct. But it's also completely fine to just keep taking province. Like,
Yeah.
if in a situation like this, the decks are never going to come together. Like, Tony finally hit province for the first time.
My fear for Mika is that what's the likelihood of actually hitting any more provinces from this point on?
Not terribly great,
Yeah.
but it's not terrible either.
I feel like not going for the Villa palette gives more of a chance of Tony
Yes,
catching up.
it does.
Oh, he took the apprentice.
Yeah, that's probably a good play. I don't know about Distant Shore over Duchy.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Oh, Mika hits a province. I think that's actually really important.
I mean, you can just take 3 villas here, and as long as you hit 4, you just win. You can do that too.
Yeah.
He needs the estate points from Distant Shore. Yeah, but is he playing Distant Shore more than once? You have to take that into consideration. So is he playing it more than once? Is the draw realistically going to help him? So he has to see the Distant Shore, and then he also has to play it. Maybe?
Also, I just noticed there were 3 sages bought. When did that happen?
Yeah.
Oh, the Necromancer's so useless.
Not?
It's an old witch.
Yeah, that's not
is-
useless. It's better than anything else it's ever gonna be. Oh. Hashtag remove Sage in Dark Ages 2nd edition moment there. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now we're driving the villas down on the ground, and now that TonyWild's deck is starting to come online, this is where you start losing games. Yeah. Here we go.
That's kind of why I was advocating for it like earlier.
Yes, absolutely. I still think it's perfectly fine to take province there, but yeah.
Yeah, I see it too. I think like I
Like,
think
you do
we
that
just
with
have
the
a
knowledge
different
that if you
intuition.
don't hit 8, you still would take Villa. You're just taking points when you get them. But now we're getting really scary. Tony might actually win this. Oh
Tony
my
hasn't lost in
goodness.
this series yet. Oh, but is this 8? Oh, it's
3,
7.
4, 5,
It's
6,
7.
7. It's not it. No, this still wins. You buy Villa twice.
Ah, true.
They have to see it though.
True.
Oh, they
Okay,
see it.
okay.
Okay.
Mika made it so tight. The
That
tightest
was
possible 3 pile.
so crazy. Wow.
Wow.
Micha with the dub.
On the board.
And now we are on to game 6.
It's crazy that it's only been an hour. Less than an
It
hour.
hasn't even been an hour yet.
Yeah. I need to get working on that timer. Then we can have blitz games like this.
Yeah. It would be a lot of fun. Oh. Hasty Marquis is so cracked.
Ooh.
It's actually so cracked. And then you can stonemason one of the Marquis, so you never really want too many of them. Like, you can never have too many of them.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
Oh,
that's
man.
interesting.
Yeah. Also, you can always just play them as Way of the Squirrel, too. This is a very high-level kingdom, yeah. So you can do crazy stuff like... Man, there's so much stuff you can do. This board would also end in a 3 pile, I think. It's just too dynamic. You could even do like a pseudo tactician setup with like research. You can kill like a really big card and just set up for an auto pile next turn that your opponent can't stop. There's like so much stuff you can consider here. I don't hate Jack. I don't hate research. Improve looks pretty good to me as well, because you can kill can kill the improve into a landing party or a research, and also buy a 5, which I guess isn't that important. You care more about buying 6. I would be concerned with hitting 6 as soon as possible, because once you get that Marquis train going, you're just going to win.
Yeah.
Marquis for TonyWild. Wow, they didn't buy the Marquis. Also improve.
The Marquis.
Okay, there we go. Like, you can improve a festival into a Marquis too. Like, improve is so nice here. Yeah.
Can you improve landing party? You cannot, right?
You can.
But you wouldn't discard the landing party.
You never discard, so no, actually you can't.
Yeah.
Very nice Marquis. And then it just allows you to buy more Marquis. In fact, so you can stonemason for 2 Marquis here. Why not? You might as well. And then you can kill the Marquis into 2 5s.
Yeah, stonemason is a good card in the deck.
So you can do this crazy setup stuff where you can like rig up your deck. Yep, here we go. Oh no. Marquis, you could do mid-turn gains. No.
There's no coins, so this hand is kind of...
Well, that's fine.
This hand could be a stonemason Marquis.
You hit Marquis. You hit stonemason Marquis last turn.
Stonemason Marquis.
Why wouldn't you hit it this turn? Like, there's no difference. Just do it again.
Yeah. One Marquis?
You got a stonemason for Marquis. And then especially, you can rig up your shuffles too. You can like kill a big card with research and set all of that stuff aside. Like, this board should be so fast. It's crazy how crazy this board is. I didn't even notice all of that at first, but this is an insane board.
I feel like a lot of the potential of this board is in like the payload bits of it, so it's a bit harder to. Like,
is it?
It's a bit less intuitive, I guess. It's in, like stonemason improved research, right? Like if you look at it from a base level, you just see a festival Marquis, maybe one merchant, and then you get a deck that looks something like what TonyWild is doing.
Yeah, you do something like this. You click a bunch of cards, procession, and then it's basically procession. You just win. You just find a way to win. You don't really need... You just... This is correct. You don't need to have a reason to do it. This is just what you do. And then you just kind of find a win along the way. It's a lot like procession. But yeah, you gotta click on Marquis like every turn, so you can kill it with stonemason into more 5s, and it just gets out of control really fast.
Yeah.
They don't see the
Kill it
idea.
in
If they,
defies and improve it back into a Marquis.
yeah, yeah, you can do that too. Absolutely. I feel like you'd play with almost every card on this board, except maybe
Maybe
Jack.
not landing party.
Jack seems really bad now. Jack
Yeah,
seems
because
so
research just
terrible
seems
now.
so much better.
I mean, Jack's nice for the silver killing. Landing party is okay. Like if you have like 2 improves and you kill one into a landing party just for like an emergency draw, it's fine. But yeah, landing party's not that great either. I don't know. I'm seeing TonyWild draw a lot of cards every turn, and I'm not seeing Micha draw a lot of cards every turn, so it really feels like
Whoa, that's a lot of festivals.
it
What?
is a lot of festivals. Better supplement it with a Marquis here.
Yeah, surely
2
I would be stunned if this is
Marquis.
not a Marquis by. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do 2 Marquis here. And then you can research one of the
This
Marquis.
this 2 Marquis open you up for a pilot. Uh,
Yeah,
I haven't
probably.
been watching Mika's deck that closely,
I don't
but I
think
think
so.
like
Micha
that
has
many. Yeah,
Micha is not.
not enough.
No, no, I don't think so.
Mika has the ducats though, so Mika has a lot of gains.
Yeah, but this is their first Marquis.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure this is their first Marquis.
oh, that's not a good number of Marquis to have.
Yeah.
I think like Ducat Estates or Stonemason Estates is very close.
I mean,
Tony
this
might
is
have
this is a
Stonemason Estates.
this is a resign province. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest. Like when you're spending your turn buying province because you're scared your opponent's gonna style on you, you've already lost on a board like this. Like look at
is there a win
this.
here? Stonemason Estates, is it there? Oh, didn't even look for it. No. All right, didn't even squirrel the Stonemason. Didn't buy a Marquis.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not buying Marquis there. I'm pretty sure there was a win there. So they had what,
Yeah,
12 buys, 12 buys, and then they could have gotten
one
to four.
Stonemason play.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe there wasn't a win.
Really?
I find that hard to believe. I feel like you could
Okay.
stonemason for stonemason and do estates probably. Like Ducat, there wasn't quite a win.
Yeah, like Tony had overdraw there, right? Like you overdraw a couple of Stonemasons. You only need
Who was
20.
winning?
Okay.
TonyWild. Well, with this
It's throwable.
stud, and now it's a little less clear.
It's an entirely self-inflicted deck.
It is entirely self-inflicted, yeah.
Whoa. 14.
Oh, big crash and burn. I mean, it also takes Micha having like this incredible draw here with 2 Marquis and 3 festivals in hand. Like you're seeing Micha's hand, so you're like, yeah, oh yeah, of course Micha wins here. But
Do you
there's a
see
lot of
Tony
draws where
spending
this doesn't happen.
do you see Tony spending the coffers to have 2 left over?
Well, I am worried about. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's probably fine. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Micha already almost wins here on the spot. This looks very
Well,
dangerous.
this doesn't look like a win.
This is no, it's literally triple province.
Oh wow, it is. Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't look like 24. There's no way that's 24, and it's 24.
Yes.
Crazy.
What an incredible last game. That they were flailing around and they finished in 11 turns. That's how dynamic that board was. Incredible boards. I liked there were a lot of interesting plays from both players. I liked the lurker taking away the zombie spy. That was really funny.
I feel like it was a nice gradient as well. Like we started on interesting boards, but they got more interesting
They did.
over the match.
Yeah, I think the most boring board was probably the first one. I
think
don't
the
even
first one
I
had
don't even
things.
remember the first one. That's
It's
pro
like trade stables,
Yeah,
seer.
it wasn't even boring really, but like compare I've seen that board a million times. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew exactly what to do when I saw that board.
Hmm.
Anyway, we have our winner, TonyWild 3.5 versus Micha, who has 2.5. So Mika's chances of not demoting are looking a little grim. I don't think they have any more games after this. TonyWild, after a rough 1-5, does a little bit better here. Gets
He's
a nice
close to
split.
fourth place.
Yeah. I mean, there's still
Only half
plenty
a
of
point
games
behind
for
fourth
Tony to go.
place.
I really liked what Tony did in
Yeah.
a lot of those games. Um, the only thing is that Tony kind of undervalued deck control in that last game. I think easy win here if they were just a little more consistent with those marquee buys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony played better than 3.5 in my opinion here. He did a lot of really nice things.
Even
Um,
in his two losses,
even in
I
his two
think.
losses, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all sometime. I don't know when.